Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the mighty MiG spammer, and welcome back to Endless Space. Now, this is another Endless Space video I post within just 2 days. Usually I try to keep it, separated from each other, the Endless Space videos that is, by, posting other videos like introducing Doom 2, which you should watch by the way, because Doom 2 is awesome. But this time I thought, nah, I'm just gonna go for Endless Space again. Well, first of all, because so far your opinions on my playthrough series were amazing and I love you for it, even more than I already did, which is... I thought it is impossible, but I actually do. Some of the comments were really warm and positive and I thank you for them. But another reason is just because I really need a quick break right now, at this point in time, IRL, because I've been watching Dating Agency Shirano and I got kinda overloaded, so I need a break, and Endless Space is the best break to I can imagine. Because it's just easy to hop in, hop out, and I might as well make a video while, having fun. So it's a really good idea in my opinion. So, before I do anything in this turn, I know I've been babbling for a while, but it is necessary that I explain some things. First of all, there is a pirate that is about to invade my Jinsin system. Now, they do not have any invasion modules, so they cannot possibly capture the system ever. However, what they can do is limit my science grow, right? But the other thing is, right now the science grow is only at, 5 science points per 10, which is hardly an amazing amount. Right now I'm making 106. So even if I lose this 6, it's not a really big deal now, is it? Now, what you can see I did to my Mind and Matter slider is I put it at 35%, and I'm kinda trying to figure out what I really want to do, but what I noticed is that I was expanding to a different system on Amnesia, and because of this, the population growth on Amnesia is stopped. Now, this is something you should never do at this Disharmony, because right now, population growth on most of my systems is not stopped, but population growth on one of my systems is. So, you should always try and make sure that you do your best to actually stop population in all of your systems at once and then resume population growth in all of your systems at once again while abusing the slider. Now I don't really know what I want to do. But there is also another thing. I realized that this is my 5th video already and I still have not declared war on anybody. What's wrong with me? I'm a much more aggressive player than that. Why have I not backstabbed anyone already? Well, obviously one of the reasons is because I don't have the military, but now with my newly acquired systems of Jinsin and Amnesia, I think I might be actually able to go to war with a little bit of effort put into it. And he shall look like a mighty squishy and delicious target, so I guess I will want to attack them first. Now, what I did off camera is separate this Epsilon fleet into 2 separate fleets. Iota is going to stay here. This ship will guard Phaeton and it will serve an important purpose. First of all, if any pirates come through, or anybody else, I'll get a fair warning before they reach Prototype or Mrs. Fadlat. Secondly, he will disallow any pirates to spawn on Phaeton, which is also very important. Now, what do I want to do with the Epsilon fleet, you may ask? Very simple. Go in there. Actually, I cannot go into takeover, declare war on Hisho, so I'll wait until the very last moment to declare war on them. I don't quite have the army yet, and thing is, I don't really want to make an army just yet. Why, you may ask? Well, I don't really have an amazing weaponry at my disposal. Not at all. I mean, I could get access to isotope slugs fairly soon, and that's about it, because I don't have a hexaferrum for high isotope plating. So, it doesn't mean that I cannot go to war. I mean, I have my invasion modules, so I can invade and conquer systems, and I have defense against all kinds of weapons, and I can actually employ lasers on top of kinetics if I choose to do so. So I can go to war against a weakened opponent, and he should definitely look like they're an easy prey. However, because I don't have a lot of technological advancements over them, it means that I have to be very careful on what modules do I want to choose to equip my tectonics with. For example, if I cannot really go for one shield, one deflector, and one flank, because then the enemy will pump out all they have into kinetics and they'll easily break the single deflector I actually have. So what I want to do is, yes, leave the screen, scout out the enemy's fleet composition with this suicidal fleet, see what kind of weapons and defenses the enemy is employing, and then, depending from what I see, I will start a massive production of powerful military ships that are actually equipped to counter Hisho specifically. Now, a human player would probably adapt, but even a human player wouldn't have a lot of time to do the changes. And an AI, while it is also going to adapt, it will take him even longer. So I will most likely be able to take this guy out by surprise and absolutely annihilate. Oh, hi there, Birdie. There's a bear that's at my window, by the way. Anyway, I should be able to annihilate this guy. Now, before I end my turn, one last thing. Because this pirate is about to invade my genes in the system, I do want to kill him. But, as I said, the damage of him besieging my system will be very, very small. Because I don't make any deaths anyway, and I barely make any science on the system as well, so why would I care? However, there is another thing I have to take into consideration, and that is also the fact that there's a Horatio ship coming into Zenith. So what I want to do is stay here, guard the system, and I just want to meet Horatio. Why? First of all, they are not the most powerful faction, which is actually good. I could ally with them and use them as a meat shield against the Cravers, throw them to the Cravers while also grabbing Horatio's technology along the way. Sounds like a fair plan in my honest opinion, and that's what I'm going to try and do. But to do that, I need to meet Horatio first, and that I will only be able to, achieve if I intercept this ship, which is what I want to do. Right. Apparently some of my ships still have movement left. Oh, that's this guy. I don't really remember what I wanted to do with this Tectonic. Maybe just send him to Adana to prevent pirates from spawning. But then again, Adana is in the influence area range of Geminos. So nothing can spawn in there. I mean, no pirate can spawn in there. So I do not really need this guy over there. I could just make him turn around and defend Octanus, or just send him to Stad... what is it? Staderus, yeah, that's what it is. To guard this system from pirates, or actually send this fleet to Staderus and this guy to Ziteria. I might do that, I will think about it though. For now though, let's just make sure that this guy doesn't go through this wormhole until I really know what I want to do with him. Also, I really do not know what to do, because if I go any higher than 45% conversion system, then it will take me longer to actually convert to grow population on those two systems, and I do need as much population as possible on both prototype and Door to Know. Because the more population, the more I'll be able to, the more military ships I'll be able to create, and the quicker I'll be able to conquer Hisho. What is it with me lately? I cannot really speak, can I? Anyway, let's end the turn right now. Man, I tell you, this dating agencies Shirano, that's a really good drama. I am kind of biased, okay, because Suyon is in there, and as you know, Suyon is a member of Girls' Generation, also known as Sonya Shide, and I do love Sonya Shide, but also she is an amazing actress, you cannot possibly deny that, and I just like her drama, so simple as that. And this one is an exceptional one, though a little bit creepy. I mean, it is a funny drama, it is a comedy, and you should watch it. But it is creepy for me a little bit, because it feels a little bit like an alternate reality taken from my personal life. I mean, I'm talking about episode 4 specifically. It really feels like something I have witnessed myself in my life many years ago. And that's like, well, it gives you the goosebumps if you see something you actually have witnessed in real life, in drama, only with small variations, of course. So, yeah, it's really interesting. Anyway, endless space stuff. I still don't know what I will do with this ship. I think I wanted to send him to Jensen to reinforce my other ships over there, but this can wait. I have finally met Horatio. Let's see if they're at war with anybody. Doesn't look like it, but they have already discovered both Hisho and Shredder. How did they find Hisho? I have no idea. I don't really like it, but hey, I guess it happens. Now, I can declare war on them. No, I will not. I'd rather be at peace with them, but this will wait, I guess. Is this an expansion ship? No, it is not. So what I can do is send my ships back at Jinsin and start defending it, but really, what am I losing from not defending the system? 4 points of science? Yeah, well, big deal. I'm just gonna let pirates besiege the system for now and continue exploring, because I feel like exploring might give me more benefits than actually defending my system. Also, there is a possibility that Horatio will clear those pirates from themselves, and I want to know if they have more systems that they already captured or not. If they do, then I'll protect Zenith from any expansion ships with... I'll just protect them very well. Good job, my English center brain thingy. Wow, I really cannot speak today, can I? Anyway, Yudi said just make me some more food, because food is delicious if You know, I'm pretty sure that most people would agree that food is delicious, unless they disagree about that, and in this case, well, I guess I was wrong. But anyway, I'm gonna send this technology into Zeteria. I think that this plan is the safest plan I came up with, and it's a relatively solid one as well. I do want to make sure that nobody colonizes Tartarus, because as I said, this is a system that I want for myself. Now, those barons will need terraforming. As I told you already, barons, while they are, you know, heavily focused around science, out of all planets that are focused around making science, they are the worst ones. So I will want to terraform them whenever I can. Maybe to lavas, to gain extra production. And I'm thinking about lavas because terraforming planets to lavas actually does not really take a very long time. It is an easy tech to acquire, and it doesn't require a lot of industry either. So you can do it relatively early on with good benefits. Anyway, I think that's about it. I'm going to finish my 10. This guy almost made it to Octan, so it means that next 10, exciting thing happened. So, yeah, by that I mean a war against Hisho, which is going to be one of the most dull wars in the universe because look at our scores. I know that many people pointed this out, and I know that my score is not an indicative of how well I'm doing because I don't have dust. Dust gives you quite a lot of score, and I don't get any score from that, so yeah, you know how it goes. But, you know, still, me and Hisho have the lowest score, and my military, where is it? There it is the second worst. So I assume that their military is the worst, so it's going to be like a battle between two amoebas. And by amoebas I mean real life amoebas. I don't know why I picked amoebas because amoebas are kinda awesome, but whatever, you know what I mean. Anyway, Trim is not captured. There are, wow, invasion ships and quite a sizable fleet as well. And there is in fact a colonization ship heading right into Trime. Now, how good is the system? That's a very nice system, wow. Huge thunder of microfactories, I want it badly. Tunnel ship gates, that's blockade bypass and better trade routes. Not really good for me, but this would be great for Horatio at some point in time. Huge gas helium, yeah, that's nice as well. I like the system, it's a good one. Not a great one maybe, but that's certainly one I have positive feelings about. So, I'm not gonna run away, I'm gonna fight my battle and do my best to actually survive it and blockade the system for as long as I can to prevent Horatio from actually settling in. Also, having a Horatio system over here would be a nightmare to deal with because they would gain a lot of, you know, influence area around this place, which I would utterly hate. Anyway, what is it? He should like me more, maybe they feel that there is something naughty in the air? Yep, they should feel so, they definitely should. But anyway, Yuri says, just wait for a little while, shall we? Shall you? Shall whatever, shut up yourself. Anyway, improved thermodynamics, what is it? Oh, that's the ability to gain endophrenic structures, well I guess that's nice, but not exactly what I should be focusing on. I don't know why I queued this up. What I do need, however, is either a bigger ships to mount my guns on, and I could get Simics in 4 turns, but that's a little bit too long. I need to start attacking Hisho right away. Now, Extreme Metallurgy is extraordinarily useful for this 10% tonnage bonus. However, on those smaller ships, 10% tonnage bonus is really not that big of a deal. So I would much rather, man, I really cannot gain a lot of useful stuff, can I? Then again, I know that you all want to see fighters and bombers. So just for you, even though it is not an optimal course of action, I'll queue up I'll queue up Autonomous Construct, no. Never mind, I'll queue up Isotope Fabrication, I cannot make up my mind, can I? And then I'll queue up Depleted Isotopes. Now, why I say that this is not an optimal choice? Fighters are pretty rubbish in a fight, they are designed to counter bombers most of the time, but the AI will not be using any bombers anytime soon. It does take a long time for the AI to actually decide to start using bombers, and it will wait until it has a lot of bigger ships that it can protect with smaller ships and so on and so forth. And yeah, so until then those fighters will just be more of an annoyance to the enemy than anything else, but I know you wanna see them, so I'll get them just for you, just because I love you. Oh yes. Anyway, Ducks, medium range beams and the long range missiles, that's not a nice combo. What do I have? I only have shields. Oh, those missiles, long range missiles. I'm gonna lose 2 ships in long range, there's no denying. The enemy has too many missiles, I have no flak, I'll lose 2 ships. Now, can I take down the enemy ships as well? Because if I cannot, I should retreat. The enemy will not be able to fire his missiles if I retreat. So I should play this carefully, I should play it smart. Do I stand a chance of destroying this fleet? What weapons do they have? Medium range beams, 19 military strength. What do they have? 66 shields. They actually are focused around shields, so that's what they have the most of. Let's compare it with my shields. I have 52.5. How much is 52.5 exactly, could you tell me? That's 5 shields. So it with... Alright, so they have slightly more if I remember, so let's assume they have 6 shields. It would be very difficult to go through a layer of 6 shields with 6 medium range beams. I'm pretty sure it is possible. I would just deal a very small amount of damage per turn, while the enemy would be guaranteed to take down 2 ships in the first turn, then from either 1 or 2 ships in the melee and medium range turn as well. So I would basically lose 4/5 of my army and probably not do a lot of damage myself. So while the slider suggests that that the odds are almost even, I know better I would lose this fight quite significantly, and I cannot afford to do so. I'd much rather... Actually, hold on a second, I cannot even retrofit those ships. Ask how many can I? Oh, let's think though. Let's think, what do I want to do? Because if I were to not find those Horatio and let them settle on time, what I would do? I would have to go back to Jinsen and fight the pirate fleet. Now, I'll do better against pirate fleet because they have no defenses. And this might be something I want to do, but then again, defending Jinsen, hardly a priority for me. Defending Tram, if I can just keep my army alive and nothing above that, then this would be nuts, because a colony ship cannot establish a safe colony while an enemy fleet is orbiting a system. And if I can somehow snipe this ship as well, which probably will not happen, but if I can do so, then this would be a huge devastating blow to the Horatio, who I do want to ally with. So it sounds all sinister and whatnot, but I do want to disallow them. I do not want them to colonize on Triumph. So most of the time I would say, no, F that, I'm gonna run away and attack the pirates. But I really desperately do not want Horatio to gain a foothold in Triumph. They would have an easy access to everything else that I possess. They could strike me wherever they would please, and they would also gain in the future Orchilakix, which I would not have access to, and they would also gain Hexaferum. They already have Hexaferum, but they may not have Orchilakix, so I definitely do not want them to have it in the future. So, man, this battle will help me a lot, but I have no choice. Go for Nosebreaker. If I can deal any amount of damage to one ship, then I will do it. Actually, I just realized, if they have the same amount of shields as I do, slightly more even, then I still have 5 times the amount of lasers I took into consideration when looking at the stats. So I should be able to do a mediocre amount of damage to ducks. Maybe even take one out. Now, I hope that... Now, I can force my ships to focus fire on one enemy ship, but I don't know the enemy formation, so depending from that, I will either focus fire on Dax 4. I would love it if the AI made Dax 4 be on the top of my priority list by, you know, guarding the other Dax, but I know AI, it is quite smart. I guess he will use the better tags to shield both of them from my damage, because it has better shields. Now, what kind of formation do I want? Default formation. All of my ships are identical, they have not suffered any damage either, so it doesn't really matter at all. Long range, what do I want to start with? That's a pretty significant question, because I need to deal as much damage as possible while disallowing the enemy to counter my cards. What the enemy is likely to go for? Well, I don't know what kind of cards the enemy has unlocked. They might go for camouflage, because AI does love its camouflage, and it does give you a lot of evade in the expansion. Actually, let's check out how much evade does it give you exactly, because I don't remember. Extra 40% evade, that's a lot, and minus 20% damage on melee weapons, which AI doesn't possess, so it's not really a big issue now, is it? So they might very well go for camouflage. So I should not go for anything that goes sabotage, and even if I do, then I should go for short circuit, because it also counters defense, and camouflage is a defense card. What else can I go for? Let's think what else the AI can go for. They can either maximize the damage or actually make their ships even more invulnerable to my attacks. I don't think they have anything that can increase the power of their shields. Weapon deception will not work against me because I'm using beams. And they definitely do not have anything that blocks beams. Right. So I would say they most likely are going to go for camouflage. And then the next thing that they might go for is either short circuit or adaptive strategy. So what I want to go for is actually short circuit. My reasoning being, Short circuit cannot be countered by another strategy, and it does weaken the enemy by quite a lot. It also is very deadly to long-range weapons, which, if they miss the enemy, then is a huge deal. So I do want to go for short circuit. If the enemy goes for camouflage, then they will both counter each other out, so at least the AI will not gain any bonuses. If, however, the AI goes for short circuit, we both use the same thing on each other, so yet again, it's a tie. So it's something I'm comfortable with. Now, I could try to go for something that counters defense, but the only thing that counters defense is, yet again, short circuit, so I cannot possibly hope to counter the enemy without myself being countered. The only thing now that is in danger is the fact that the enemy might use barrier card, but I don't think he will. Those ships are... well, he might, and then I'll hate him, but I don't think he will. So let's just go for a short circuit, clear everything up into short circuit, and if the enemy changes his tactics, I'll react accordingly. Let's enter the Mayo battle, and yes, that's what we like, space pew pew and whatnot. That's what keeps us, I don't know, alive? That's quite the opposite, it actually keeps us dead, but whatever. Anyway, oh, that's the new battle music. Let's boost it a little bit. I do love the new battle music, and I love all the new music. I wish it would play more often, but I guess then if it did play more often, then it would get older more quickly as well. So let's see what card the enemy goes for. I'm really interested. Short circuit, what I assume the enemy wanted to go for. So maybe they do not have, you know, camouflage card. It is a possibility, an unlikely one, but still a possibility nevertheless. The enemy actually even uses long-range beams. That's surprising. I didn't expect him to do that. I could swear that they actually had medium range. Maybe I read it wrong. Anyway, prepare for a hit. It is going to hurt me a lot. Yeah, 1 technique down, 2 techniques down. That's exactly what I expected would happen. Now, short circuit again. The enemy goes for adaptive strategy yet again. What I thought might happen. And yeah, the enemy does have medium range beams, just as I suspected. How much damage do I deal? Well, even with Nosebreaker currently on, I was barely able to do any damage to Dax. Only took like 1/3 of his health, something along those lines. Now, does he have repair module? If he does, then I'm in a lot of trouble, but if he does not, I might just barely be able to survive this battle and maybe even take the Dax out. Alright, yet again, adaptive strategy, that's good. I'm gonna make the enemy miss more shots. And in melee range, long-range weapons are very ineffective, so the enemy is not going to deal a lot of damage to me at all, which is good. Sadly, beams are also fairly ineffective in melee, I believe, after Disharmony. In the past, they were most ineffective in long range, but I think that now they're most ineffective in short range, in fact. I could be wrong though, I still have troubles remembering all the new weapons in Disharmony because there's quite a lot of them now. Anyway, I only lost 2 ships out of 5. It could go way worse. I actually expected it to go way worse. Only managed to take out like half of the enemy's HP, but keep in mind, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that I survive this battle and do not let the enemy go any further and settle on triumph. So I believe that I succeeded in this goal, and this makes me a very, very happy panda. Now, dear Hisho. Wait, Hisho. Whoa, I almost declared one of Horatio. Whoa, that would be close and bad. Now, I know that you're in a lot of trouble and you deserve sympathy. But I also know that you are the kind of civilization, a tribe rather, a petty little peasant-like tribe, that believes in honor through battle and glory and blood, and kindly, from the looks of it, you are honorless because you do not fight. You cannot fight. So I'll make you honorable by killing you. War is not a thing to be avoided, it is a test and an opportunity. Yes, indeed, because keep in mind, actually what he said is very much so true. We are both the underdogs in this game, we are both losing. But whoever wins this war, either Hisho or I, will be in such a better position than could ever be without this war. This war can only benefit both of us, and I cannot wait. You know, for the obliteration of Hisho, because I believe I'll obliterate them, I'm gonna be honest. Now, I do not see any fleets orbiting Tekao, so do they even have any fleets? I'm pretty sure they do. But what I can do, while I'm waiting to see the enemy fleet, I can actually already start making my invasion ships, which I will need in order to actually kill the enemies. So, what kind of module should I go for? I guess I'll go for cutter because it can be equipped with engine, and I do want to be able to move fast. As for fighters and bombers, I don't care about them in my invasion ships, at least not yet. So what I will do is install single engine for extra speed, which I might need, and then spam the siege module, which only translates to 3 of those. Oh wow, it will take me ages to capture anything. What if I resign for engine? Yeah, then I can install another one and I'll be using 100 out of 100 tonnage, so I guess it might be better to go for tectonic instead, just because in the future I might start using bombers for invasion instead of actual siege modules. I don't think I will, from my experience siege modules work better, but you know, I might. How am I going to call this system? Big pew pew from space, and that's too long, alright. So let's just go with big pew pew F space. Big pew pew F space. Yeah, that sounds wrong in all possible scenarios, but I'll still go for that. Big pew pew F space, that's exactly what I'm going to make. I also have Cloud Rippers, which I don't think I'll be using anytime soon because nobody has bombers just yet, and I'm pretty sure that there is against bombers. I still don't really know how those anti-air defenses work. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not really figure this out. I mean, it says anti-aircraft defense on star system. Does it mean... you know, there is this module that allows you to bomb planets. Does it include this module? Does it include bombers that are set to invasion? Does it, you know, does it take into consideration actual troops that are set to attack a system? I don't really know. I will check it out. So don't you worry. I will have this knowledge at a later date. I just didn't think to check it out beforehand. Now, what I want to do is spam as many big PPUF space as I possibly can. So 4 over here, though to know you're gonna go for another 4, especially since you cannot, you know, gain any more population anyway. What else is maxed out or almost maxed out, and what can I sacrifice for the prototype is actually not maxed out, not at all. It is still quite far away from it, and I could benefit from having more population over here. However, it also has a ton of production, and I do need my ships, so let's go for more of them. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. No, I think it went away. Alright, good, I didn't sneeze. That's very, very good, because my sneezes are quite ferocious, I might say. Anyway, I'm now making ships, and that's pretty much what I'm going to focus on. 3 out of my 5 systems. Amnesia, how many things do you still have to do on yourself? Which sounds yet again wrong in all possible scenarios, but hey, we will go with that. Yeah, right. So 2 of my systems are going to continually try to develop... yeah, I do need to develop, but at the same time I should abuse the slider a little bit more. But now, since those ships only decrease your growth by half, let's go for that, shall we? Actually, no, I have to make sure that I do not lose any population, so I will go for 80% conversion for now, and then I'll go in for... I'll lower it when I'm close to losing a population of prototype. Because right now it is on its way to actually starve to death. Which I don't want to happen, not at all, thank you very much, but no. Anyway, yeah, you two, it says you're just having a whale time, don't you? Don't you? Huh? Huh? You're talking to me? I'm the master of the whole effing universe. How dare you talk to me? I'm gonna end it and you're going to be ended as well, huh? How do you like them apples? Yeah, I'm a bad... yeah, you know what. I have no idea where I was going with this, but I just went there. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is divert all my ships to Phaeton and send this ship guarding Phaeton to Octana to make sure that no pirates spawn over there and disturb my invasion plans. Plans. And oh, AI is actually smart. They didn't move their, you know, expansion ship just yet so that they would wipe out my fleet and only then actually land this expansion ship to get access to Trime. So I should have retreated last time because I did not gain anything by surviving this long. My ships will die in this battle, there is no doubt about that. They suffered too much damage to actually survive. I'll keep them there though. I mean, I already made them die more or less, so I might as well make sure that they stay there. And also, nobody is on Teco. Sadly I cannot capture it because I have no invasion power. So let's keep checking. I'm gonna see if there's anybody on this Proto Star. You go to Octans. And my invasion ships, yeah, you just assembled Phaeton. Because, hey, why not? Oh, there's a Tectonic here as well. Oh, you're just... this guy... No. This guy is on his way to Zeteria. That's right. And, oh boy! There are pirates on Zeteria as well. That's pretty bad. Especially since there's a lot of them and I'm not quite ready to fight them. No, I'm not. Alright. Improved thermodynamics are ready. That's not something I'm going to bother with. Just for now. Now, what kind of pirates? Oh, come on! Those are big pirates! Right, what do they have? Beams and only beams. I think I'm focused on shields, am I not? Yes, I am focusing primarily on shields, and the enemy is only using beams in medium range when they are most effective. That's a problem. Right, let's go for guillotine because I believe I should be able to take those pirates out quite efficiently. Let's go for most HP. This way, the non-damage ships will tank the damage for the damage ships, and this will allow me to maintain a consistent let's try this again. Consistent damage output for as long as possible, so it's by all means a good thing to do. Now, what kind of battle cards can the pirates go for? I have no idea because they're crazy with them. So yeah, I would love to go for barrier, but the pirates do sometimes go for adaptive strategy. They like short circuits the most, I think, but they do like the adaptive strategy. So I guess I will go yet again with the safest card, which is yet again short circuit. Right, let's go into manual. I do need to oversee this battle. If I see that the enemy is doing some shenanigans in his battle cards, then I will indeed adapt. Or at least try to, because it is sometimes difficult to adapt. Alrighty then, and I believe that after this battle I will actually discuss, because it is already half an hour long, and that's as long as I want my videos to be, because otherwise I have big problems encoding them, uploading them, and doing anything else that I want to do with them. Alright, the enemy ships are closing in, sire. That's good, give it safe fire at will, destroy them all, and show no mercy and leave no one alive. Yeah, I'm taking quite a bit of damage. Am I actually? No, I'm not, never mind, I just imagined it. Alright, the enemy is going for short circuits, so I think I can safely assume that he will go for it again. Pirates do tend to repeat the battle cards quite often, so I'll try to go for barrier in medium range. Hopefully, he will not go for adaptive strategy. If he does, I'll be screwed. Yes! He did not go for it! I'm gonna gain a lot of armor, which is going to severely mitigate the enemy's possible ability to deal damage to me, while I will be still able... Wow! Oh yeah, I do love the shields. I do love the shields. Anyway, while I will be able to deal a lot of damage to my opponents. As you can see, I'm devastating the enemy ships. 2 of them are down, third should go down relatively soon. And then, Nosebreaker. Focus on the big ship, take it down! Take it... Oh. Barrier. That's a problem, but fortunately does not boost the enemy's damage output. So I should stay alive for the most part anyway. And with my Nosebreaker, I should also be able to actually take down one of the enemy ships. It does look like this ship is scrambled. I should be able to take it down in another volley. As soon as it hits, it will go down. That's why I changed to Nosebreaker. Without Nosebreaker, I would not be able to destroy the ship. So yet again, I do love the fact that you can change your targeting other glimpse, which is an amazing feature of Disharmony. Yet another reason why I do love this expansion. I believe that most of the people who complain about Disharmony just cannot, you know, adapt to the changes, because let's face it, there are a lot of changes, and I can understand that some of them may seem controversial, but then again, this expansion is way cheaper than, let's say, Brave New World. Yeah, 30 euros F you. But, so, and it does, in my opinion, give you more content. In my honest opinion, way more content compared to the original game, which was already better than Civilization 5, in my honest opinion, yet again. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is save a game and say my outro. It was PANCZASU, the mighty mix spammer. Where is my set? There it is. If you somehow managed to enjoy my videocast, then please, by all means, like it. Maybe even subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more. Also, please do leave a comment, because I A, love reading them, B, they help me out a lot. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.